grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I want to remind everyone here in the room that this meeting is being live streamed on our website. Speakers and readers should have releases with us to be on camera. If you haven't signed one, please see red.
Red.
We turn the camera off during sharing, though, and speakers are only recorded for our speaker library. Welcome to the FBRS Tuesday night alumni speaker meeting. Let us go around the room and introduce ourselves, beginning on our right.
Earl, Attic.
Earl.
Earl.
Tori, Attic.
Tori.
Juju, Attic.
Juju.
Summer, Attic.
Summer.
Attic.
Nancy, Attic.
Nancy.
Francis.
Reggie, Attic.
Reggie.
Chris, Attic.
Chris.
Anthony, Attic.
Anthony.
Patrick.
Patrick.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Izzy, Attic.
Izzy.
Joey, Attic.
Joey.
Carlos, Attic.
Carlos.
Zulu, Attic.
Zulu.
Bestford, Alcoholic.
Bestford.
Julio, Alcoholic.
Julio.
Chris, Attic.
Chris.
Robert, Attic.
Robert.
Todd, Alcoholic.
Todd.
Raul, Attic.
Raul.
Maria.
Maria.
Red, Alcoholic, Attic.
Red.
Jonathan, Attic.
Jonathan.
Omar, Attic.
Omar.
Andrew, Attic.
Andrew.
Martin, Attic.
Martin.
Matt, Attic.
Matt.
Jay, Attic.
Jay.
Nathan, Alcoholic.
Nathan.
Thomas, Attic. Thomas. Eddie, Attic.
Eddie.
Renee, Attic.
Renee.
Mike, Attic.
Mike.
John, Attic.
John.
Stephen, Attic.
Stephen.
James, Attic.
James.
Rick, Alcoholic.
Rick.
Robert, Attic.
Robert.
Rick, Attic.
Rick.
Kaleo, Attic.
Kaleo.
Juan, Attic.
Juan.
Matthew, Attic.
Matthew. Welcome, everybody. Oh, yeah, and I'm John. I'm an addict. I said that at the beginning, but I'm supposed to say it again. During the break, feel free to help yourselves to. Oh, wait, I just jumped ahead. Blah, 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 blah. Is there anyone that is attending their first alumni meeting tonight? If so, welcome. You're the most important person here. Thank you. We kindly ask you for your cooperation in making this a good experience for all who wish to hear the message. Please respect the speakers and the meeting by not talking during the readings or while people are sharing. During the break, feel free to help yourselves to coffee, water, and snacks. I have asked James O., I think, to read what is the NA program.
My name is James, and I'm an addict. What is the Narcotics Anonymous program? And it is a nonprofit fellowship or society of men and women. From drugs have become a major problem, we are recovering addicts who meet regularly to help each other stay clean. This is a program of complete abstinence from all drugs. There is only one requirement for membership: the desire to stop using. We suggest that you keep an open mind and give yourself a break. Our program is a set of principles written so simply that we can follow them in our daily lives. The most important thing about them is that they work. There are no strings attached to NA. We are not affiliated with any other organizations. We have no initiation fees or dues, no pledges to sign, no promises to make to anyone. We are not connected with any political, religious, or law enforcement groups and are under no surveillance at any time. Anyone may join us regardless of age, race, sexual identity, creed, religion, or lack of religion. We're not interested in what or how much you use or who your connections were, what you have done in the past, or how much or how little you have, but only in what you want to do about your problem and how we could help. The newcomer is the most important person at any meeting because we can only keep what we have by giving it away. We have learned from our group experiences that those who keep coming to our meetings regularly stay clean.
All right, I've asked Stephen to read Why Are We Here?
Hello, my name is Stephen and I'm an addict. Before coming to the Fellowship of NA, we cannot manage our own lives. We cannot live or enjoy life as other people do. We have to have something different, and we thought we had found it in drugs. We placed their use ahead of the welfare of our families, our lives, our wives, husbands, and our children. We had to have the drugs at all costs. We did many people great harm, but most of all, we harmed ourselves. Through our inability to appreciate personal responsibility, we were actually creating our own problem. We seemed to be incapable of facing life on its own terms. Most of us realize that in our addiction we are slowly committed suicide, but addiction is such a cunning enemy of life that we had lost the power to do anything about it. Many of us ended up in jail, sought help through medicine, religion, and psychiatry. None of these methods used sufficient for us. Our disease always resurfaced and continued to progress until it desperation. We sought help from each other in Narcotics Anonymous. After coming to NA, we realized we were sick people. We suffer from a disease from which there is no cure. It can, however, be arrested at some point, and recovery is then possible. Thank you.
I have asked Reggie to read how it works.
Yeah. My name is Reggie. I'm an addict. How it works. If you want what we have to offer and are willing to make the effort to get it, then you are ready to take certain steps. These are the principles that made our recovery possible. We admitted that we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives became unmanageable. 2, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, we admitted to God, to ourselves, to another human being, the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, we humbly asked Him to remove our shortcomings. 8, we made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, we made direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, we continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, we sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to addicts and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. This sounds like a big order, and we can't do it all at once. We didn't become addicted in one day. So remember, easy does it. There is one thing more than anything else that will defeat us in our recovery. This is an attitude of indifference or intolerance towards spiritual principles. 3 of these that are indispensable are honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. With these, we are well on our way. We feel that our approach to the disease of addiction is completely realistic, for the therapeutic value of one addict helping another is without parallel. We feel that our way is practical, for one addict can best understand and help another addict. We believe that the sooner we face our problems within our society and everyday living, just that much faster do we become acceptable, responsible, and productive members of that society. The only way to keep from returning to active addiction is not taking that first drug. If you are like us, you know that 1 is too many and 1,000 is never enough. We put great emphasis on this, for we know that when we use drugs in any form or substitute one for another, we release our addiction all over again. Thinking of alcohol as different from other drugs has caused a great many addicts to relapse. Before we came to NA, many of us viewed alcohol separately, but we cannot afford to be confused about this. Alcohol is a drug. Period. We are people with the disease of addiction who must abstain from all drugs in order to recover. Thank you.
All right. While we observe the 7th tradition, I have asked Duan to read the 12 traditions of Narcotics Anonymous.
Duan, I'm addict. Our commonwealth is to come first. Personal recovery depends on NA unity. For our group purpose, there is but one ultimate authority, a loving God as He may express Himself in our group conscience. Our leaders are but trusted servants, they do not govern. 3, the only requirement for membership is the desire to stop using. 4, each group should be anonymous except in matters affecting other groups or NA as a whole. 5, each group has but one primary purpose, to carry the message to the addict who still suffers. 6, an NA group ought never endorse, finance, or lend any name to any related facility or outside enterprises. Lease proper money, property, and proceed deferred us for a primary purpose. 7. Every NA group ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. 8. Narcotics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service center may employ special workers. 9. NA as such are never be organized, but we may create service boards or committees directly responsible for those they serve. 10. Narcotics Anonymous has no opinion on outside issues. Hence, NA name ought never be drawn into public controversy. 11. Our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need to always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and films. 12. Anonymity is our spiritual foundation of our tradition, ever reminding us to place principles for personalities.
Thank you, Dewan. Our format for this meeting is a 10-minute speaker, followed by our main speaker, chips and birthdays. Birthdays are at the end of the month. And an opportunity for sharing. I would like to ask Rick to be our 10-minute speaker. Rick.
Thanks, John. Hello, my name is Rick and I'm an alcoholic. Well, I haven't spoken in a while. It's been at a meeting a while back ago, probably a year and a half. Anyway, yeah, I'm kind of, what would you say, a latecomer. Not that I dabbled in a little bit of alcohol and a little bit of drugs in my earlier years, around 18 years old, but that's when I got introduced to some really good drugs back then. But I think it all started being a young man around 7, 8 years old, 9 and 10. Grew up with a loving mom at that time. My dad, I didn't really know because they divorced at a young age. I think I was around 5 years old. Moved us from Santa Fe, New Mexico, I was born. Moved to Pico Rivera when I was around 5 years old, I believe. And my mom moved us my 3 siblings. So she struggled, went through a hard time. I was just a little kid. I was the youngest out of 4 of us. And so she was on her own with us kids. I believe she had a friend or something, if I remember correctly. But anyway, I had a stepdad, saw my dad once in a while. He'd come from New Mexico, and he came to visit, eventually moved to Carson just to be close to his children, trying to get back to mom, but it didn't work out. Yeah, I remember seeing some arguments, some fighting. My dad was a drinker. He was struggling at a young age himself. But I was introduced to a lot of trauma, I believe, arguments and domestic violence, verbal abuse. I saw my siblings move out of the house. I would say my mom kicked them out at a very early age. When my dad moved to Carson, they each, one at a time, moved in with my father. And so I was left alone there with my mom when I was around 10 years old, 9 years old. They all lived with with my dad, and I was the only one with my mom. And I saw her with the stepdad that I had, who was a great man, and she was always fighting with him. She was drinking a little more and more, and that wasn't very, I think, just watching her mood swings all the time. I kind of isolated and hid out in the room, go down the street, whatever, just to get the hell out of the house. I missed my dad, I missed my siblings, they were all gone at the time. I would see my dad once in a while. I'd be able to go there once every couple of weeks, I believe. And I know that when I'd visit him, he was pretty much passed out all the time from drinking. I was around 9, 10 years old. 11 years old, my brother came over one morning and said he's dead. They found him in the bathroom. My dad was only 37, young man, so remember. My brother found him. I think my brother's around 15, 16, and that took a toll on him. But anyway, so didn't have a dad in the picture. Had a stepdad now and then. And as I grew older, junior high school. A few friends would drink a beer here and there. I tried a beer here and there. Yeah, it was nice, got a little buzz, but I was surfing at the time, skateboarding, so I was always out doing things to stay busy, stay active. And I did. I got everything out of my head. I didn't want to be around the house. I was able to move in with my brother around age 13 for a little bit when he grew. He was 18, he took me in, and that was kind of nice to get out of the house with Mom. When I went into high school, introduced to more pot, tried some mushrooms. Out of high school, I got in the oil fields, 18 years old. Worked with a lot of Vietnam vets back there in '81. A lot of Vietnam vets. I was introduced to speed, crack. Shit, that's addicting, man. But I walked away from it. I was able just to have a beer now and then and listen to a lot of war stories in the change room after working all day in the rigs. But so that's where I got introduced to cocaine too, man. I'm talking shit. Back in '81, it was some really good shit, I guess.